16 years old, and he's done more in his life than I've done all of my life. By the way, I was a former rock and roll radio announcer back in the 60s. I was 5 years old, a radio disc jockey. That's a joke, you get it? 60s means I'm old. But back in the 90s, boy, that's a powerful life. The one cable. I met him recently, Dean Lewin, Dean the team, the WNJC 1360. They used to work with a Jewish boy. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Warren. The money $5.90." He said, "But for you, I'll get it for $5.89. Boy, it's a tough crowd here. They go back to Strand, PA. Listen, a man died. How many people are married here? Your hands, please. Married? Married? Okay. A man died and he went to heaven. When he got up to heaven, he met St. Peter, and St. Peter said, "You did well on earth, John." And he said, "Well, that's a real powerful light in the tank. I mean, I can imagine what you were doing here, Jed." And he got up to heaven, and he said, "You did well, get in here." Oh, by the way, he said, "You have to spell a word." He said, "Spell love." Shh, don't give the punchline, you know it. So he says, "L-O-V-E." He said, "Go on in." So about 2.5 days later, he sees a cloud, but in the meantime, St. Peter and the big guy, God, came up to him and said, "Listen, will you watch the gate?" He said, "We got to go away, got to do a couple things for a couple hours." I said, "Sure, yeah." That light's really killing me. Let me get out of this light here. It really is. It's blinding. That's much better. I can like to see the crowd better, too. So he said, "Now listen, watch the gate." He said, "If anybody comes to the gate up here, you got to ask them the question." Oh, he said, "Yeah, sure." So about 2 days, 2.5 days later, his wife comes up on a cloud. Can you believe the luck? His wife comes up on a cloud. And he sees her coming. She's all excited. He's there in heaven. And she says, "Oh, sweetheart, great." He said, "Well, what happened? My God. I just died 2 days ago." He said, "Well, we went there. We had the funeral." He said, "We left the funeral. We had an accident. I got killed. Here I am. I'm in heaven." "Wasn't that wonderful, sweetheart?" She said, "Can I come in?" He said, "Yeah, sure." He said, "But you got to spell a word." Czechoslovakia. Either you're not drinking enough or you're drinking too much. A nun is taking Holy Communion. By the way, I am a priest, Father Jim. 31 years this year, I gave my life up for you. For you and you. You like tonight? Thank you. If you don't like the jokes, the name's John Smith, Father John Smith. Anyway, a nun is taking Holy Communion to the sick and shut-ins. You know nuns, fastidious. Sisters of St. Joseph's taught me at Kensington and Allegheny. So anyway, she runs out of gas on the expressway. Maybe something they said, I don't know. Anyway, she runs out of gas and she gets all fastidious. She runs down to a gas station on a block. And she says, "Young man, I need gas badly. I got to take communion to 80-year-old, 90-year-olds, sick and shut-ins." He says, "Look, sister, I'd give you the gas. I'd give it to you free as a gift." But he said, the can's out. He said, "You're going to have to wait a..." "Oh, I can't. She's all nervous. Runs back to the van. And she notices, what's your name? Kim. She notices in the back seat a bedpan. Runs back. She put, what do you get in the bedpan, Kim? A gallon and a half, maybe 2 at the most.
For your own.
Oh, did you really? Don't look at me. So anyway, she puts a gallon and a half or 2, whatever you get in the bedpan, and she takes it back and she's pouring the gas, Jed, into the gas tank of her van, all excited and happy she's going to get communion to the sick and shut-ins, 80, 90-year-olds. And there's 2 Baptist ministers at the corner. And the one says to the other, he said, "Charlie's help me God, if that van starts, I'm going to become a Catholic." Tough crowd. I never did a stand-up like it. This is what I do at Mass. I usually get around it. I shouldn't be so immodest, but I usually get around it with ovation. By the way, I'm never invited back to the church by the priest. I wonder why. Where's Kim? Come on. Where's my Kim over? Is this Kim?
That's Kim.
Where's the Kim? I thought so. Okay. 3 mommies are talking about their pre-sons. And the one mommy, oh, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like my joke. You must be a Protestant, maybe a Baptist. So the one mommy says, "My son John is a bishop." And when Bishop John walks in the room, people bow. They kiss his hand. That guy kisses him. Kiss his hand, and they say, "Your Excellency." They're boasting. So the second mommy says, "Well, my son Charles is a cardinal." And Jed, when Cardinal Charles walks in the room, people don't bow, they fall flat in their face. They get up, they kiss the ring in his head, the relic, and they say, Your Eminence. Well, the third mommy's a very quiet mommy, very humble, say Margaret. And finally they beckon her and say, Margaret, what about your son? What can I tell you about Jimmy, my son? He's a good priest. He's been a priest 31 years. He's out in the boondocks, a tiny little parish, no cathedral, not a big one. And if you remember, ladies, he's 650 pounds. And every time he walks in the room, everyone looks up and says, Oh my God.